Hey YouTube, Moose Cow here with the final turns for Operation 1.5.2, a game of Kings and Kaisers with the 1.5 rule set between myself and co-designer the Madman. I got the final turns for the Kingdom of Italy and the United States to do. Everything's down to the wire in terms of what what is going to happen, what the U.S. can actually do. We got a plethora of victory points to choose from. However, the reality is that we may not be able to break enough, or either take enough points, or possibly take some away. The victory points here that are slightly adjacent are either points that the Central Powers can lose, or points that the Allies can possibly take. Allies can possibly take Constantinople. They can possibly take Sofia. They can possibly take the Mediterranean point. They will not be able to get the Western Front point, despite having it the majority of the game. Just not in the cards, it seems, but due to placement and positioning. Allies have favorable trade, Pacific colonies, China and Africa securely. The Central Powers, on the other hand, have the Black Sea point, the Middle East oil point, minor cities 3 and 5, Russian Revolution, fate of Russia, and Belgrade securely. They could also potentially lose the Balkans point. So this could get down to the really down, could theoretically at least get down to the wire between with a tie of victory points if I somehow manage to contest all of them or take what I need. It is extremely tight with what could possibly happen. I am predicting right now. I am predicting a Central Power victory. However, just with what everything has to be done. Now, with that out of the way, I'm going to play the Kingdom of Italy, do their turn, and because their turn can affect the U.S. United States turn, I'm going to cut after that point so that I can then properly strategize what I'm going to do with the U.S. and with what is going where, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to do just the Kingdom of Italy really first, cut, and then do the United States. Okay. So right away, you can also see I have a few dice and markers out on the board for the United States. So really, this is all kind of half planned out right now for the time being. But I'm just going to do Italy because I know what I have to do with Italy, and we'll see if, like, for example, if these units get freed up in Libya or not. These U.S. units, because Libya is contested. So if Italy is able to liberate this, then those infantry, that infantry and artillery can get freed up to attack another hostile territory with U.S. Anyway, just going to get on to it. So the cruiser from C-Zone 32 is going to come out of there and attack C-Zone 30, along with the dreadnought in C-Zone 29. That's going to come up in there. We're going to have some naval mines, and we're going to have some sea combat. The two transports in 29 are going to pick up the 2 infantry. It's going to be 1 and 1, just as a reference. It's going to be 1 and 1. And they're going to offload in Albania if everything goes according to plan. The 2 artillery will also hop on that transport and offload into Albania as well. Apologies, just to clarify, 1 infantry and 1 artillery is on each of those transports. It's not 2 infantry on 1 transport and 2 artillery on another. The infantry on the U.S. transport in C-Zone 29 is going to offload into Libya and aim for a pot shot to help possibly free up these 2 units. As long as I get a hit, those 2 units are freed. So that'd be really cool. And I'm going to, of course, do the battle here in Veneto to kill this guy and at least reclaim this territory away from the Austrians contesting it, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Anything else with Italy? I don't think so. Going once, going twice. Do we want to revise this? I could send 2 more units to Libya to guarantee freeing up those 2 units, which maybe I should do. Okay, so with this thing in Albania, that's what I'm debating. With this thing in Albania, I can't just branch off 1 unit. I have to branch off 2. 1 transport can only drop off 2 units to attack Libya. This guy was on a U.S. transport, so it's not like I can move him anyplace else. And I'm certainly not attacking Greece. Greece and Egypt are just completely locked down for this game. There's just not a chance. There's not a chance that I can contest them with any power, let alone even get them down to a reasonable level of debate. It's just not even going to happen. So I'm still kind of thinking aloud here, as you can guess it. You can guess, but give you the game designer personal experience point of view of everything. So take it as you may. I guess it comes down to how badly do I want to free these guys up, because this territory is contested. I cannot do a bombardment. It has to be a hostile territory in order for me to do a bombardment. So that's kind of the caveat there. I can't just break away one of those C units. Plus, also I have to destroy 2 C units. I guess it really comes down to how much do I want to test my luck. All right. Tell you what. Let's see. Think about that. Because regardless of how many units are offloading to Albania, he still gets 3 preemptive shots against me. You know what? No, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I am speaking aloud, and I am just gonna go ahead with the original plan: 4 units into Albania, 1 unit into Libya. Hopefully, I get lucky and I can free up these 2 units. But I'm just gonna go in with all 4 units there. So we'll see what's what, especially with the sea mines. Okay. So, first things first, let's just get Libya out of the way. I got 1 Italian infantry. I just need a hit. If he kills me, it's fine, because there's U.S. units there. And I don't. I miss completely. He also misses completely. Okay. So literally nothing happens in Libya. Guess I should have brought in the extra units. Now let's go up here. I got 4 sea mines to rule for. So here's 2 for the transports. Again, each transport is carrying 1 infantry and 1 artillery. And they both escaped. Okay, cool. Here's for the cruiser. Miss. Complete miss. 6. Here is for the dreadnought. Also almost complete miss. All right, cool. So no victims to mines in Sea Zone 30. Austria-Hungary has 2 cruisers. I have a cruiser and a fully operational dreadnought. Bam! Look at that. 2 hits. All right. Woo! All right. 2 hits back at me. Okay, well that's fine. Oop. All right, cool. So I will, I'll just, simplify it. I'll just take the dreadnought. And he will lose his 2 cruisers. Because I can't bombard anyway, so no big deal, but I'll just take that. All right. So he has 3 artillery in Albania. I asked Madman for a disposition because I don't think he gave a disposition for Dalmatia or Albania in his turn. He has 4 defending units. He's got 3 artillery, 1 infantry. And he has 3 preemptive strikes. I have 2 infantry, 2 artillery. So here is his preemptive strikes. Oh man, look at that. They all miss. Thank you. 2 5s and a 6. Awesome. Okay. So I got 4 3s. Come on, baby. 4 hits. Come on. No, not at all. But I got 1 hit at least. So I got that. And then he has 4 3s defending. 1. Yeah, 1 for 1. Wow. Okay. Excuse me. So Austria-Hungary no longer controls Albania. They lose an artillery. And I will lose 1 infantry. Here, let's turn that upside down. Okay. So, Austria-Hungary, 1, 2. That's that. And over here in Veneto, I'm attacking. None of this stuff can go anyplace else that affects anything. That tank will absorb the hit, so that infantry is just dead in Veneto. There's no point to roll it out. So back in Italian hands, Veneto is. So Italy back up to 15. Okay. And again, because it's the final turn of the game, no point to do purchases. This would probably be a different story if we were playing an 11 or 12 round game, but just for the concise, to make this public playtest concise, we are just doing a 10 round game for it. So here we go. That's that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so disposition in Albania, 1 infantry, 2 artillery for both the Kingdom of Italy and Austria-Hungary. In Libya, 1 infantry as well, in addition to what was there before. No, there's 1 Ottoman infantry, 1 infantry artillery of the U.S. And then in Veneto, everything is exactly the same, which was minus the Austrian infantry, 1 fighter, 3 machine gunners, 1 tank, 13 artillery. Okay, and then in C-Zone 30, 2 transports and 1 cruiser. So now with Italy played out, I'm going to plan out US's turn to help hopefully save some time. So be back in a second. All right, and we're back with the United States turn for round 10, the final turn of the game. And I'm going to roll this out, but I think I have to face the music and accept the fact that this is a Central Power victory. In order for me to contest or at least take over enough points to make this at least a tie, in which case it would come down to who has the higher IPC value, which more than likely would probably be allies. That would be the tiebreaker. But realistically, I just don't have enough units as the United States to break all the points or take over enough of the points. It is just extremely. I would have to roll like the greatest roll ever, and just statistically, it's just not possible. But I will go ahead and just roll out a few things and do a few things and so forth, so on and so forth, to wrap up this final round. So, again, this is a 10-round game. Maybe it would be different if we were playing an 11 or a 12-round game. That's completely possible. But here's what's for sure happening. U.S. infantry from Nigeria will walk into Togoland and take that over. We have an absurd amount. I know it's only 2, but we have an absurd amount of U.S. territories controlled in Africa. I think that's at 32, 31. Bam, Empire Point. Okay. So that's happening. 1 infantry from British East Africa. Central Powers are not going to get the Empire Point, so there's no point for me to walk in and take Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. So I'm going to hop on that transport in Season 38 and go 1-2, offload into Palestine. From Season 29, the transport that is already carrying an infantry will pick up one infantry from Calabria and go over to Season 31 and offload those two infantry in Palestine. And hopefully, I'll at least have the dice gods in my favor to contest that. So that's for sure happening. Man, I really wanted to go for Bulgaria, but there's just not a chance in hell. There's just not a chance in hell that I'll take it. That would be his that would be his defense. He's got 8 artillery, 1 fighter, and then 4 infantry, and I would need to get that many hits, and I just don't have enough units that can make it there in time. I partially blame it on my reaction to the Zimmerman telegram. I really should have just ignored the Zimmerman telegram and addressed it. Ignore the results of it, that Germany controlled Mexico now, and just addressed it on the following turns, and just should have sent everything that I had this way. In Season 16, I got 2 transports carrying 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 fighter. This isn't going to affect the victory points, but for science, I'm going to do it, if you know what I mean. So these guys are going to offload into Belgium, see if they can score a few more hits. Go into Season 20 and offload into Belgium from there, see if they can score a few more hits to bring the number of units there down. Madman and I are contemplating more or less a rule about the number of units contesting a territory if that gives you control. So we're kind of playing with the idea, possibly this might make it over, it might not. I kind of think it probably won't, but maybe it will. So if you have like if one side at the end of the game has more than 5 units left, and the other side has less than 5 units, then the side with 5 or more units rather, gets the point related to that territory, or at least gets has domination or domination, I guess, or has what was the word I was thinking of? Has enough influence in that territory to basically take control of that territory. It doesn't affect the income tracker, but it at least affects that they control a contested territory at the end of the game, depending on how many units are left and so on and so forth. So that's something we're playtesting with, or considering. It might make it in, it might not. I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna see if I can whittle Germany down a few more units right there. Let's see. Greece is just not happening. Neither is Egypt. There's just not a chance in hell I'll be able to do that. Bulgaria really, realistically, isn't happening either, and neither is Dalmatia. That just is the reality of it. He's got trench works in Dalmatia. In order for me to take control of the territory, I have to get 12 hits against him, and he has 9 hits coming back at me. And also he has sea mines. It's just not realistic. Same with Constantinople. Constantinople has 6, 7, 8, 9 artillery and 4 infantry. I just don't have enough units to even take the territory, let alone to realistically contest the territory, because of what I did with the U.S. Dang, man. It's a crazy game. Probably be able to contest. I'll probably get lucky and contest Suez, hopefully. Alright, so theoretically, just to kind of place myself up for a following round in case we were playing a following round, the 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and province are going to go 1-2 and offload into Libya. There is just not a chance in hell that I can think of that if they offloaded into Greece, they wouldn't be killed. There is 11, 12 artillery with preemptive strikes. There's just not a chance, right? And then this infantry and artillery, let's see, they can only move to a territory that was already contested or was friendly at the start of their turn. contested with their units, and they can't do that. So nothing's happening over there. Let me get rid of this die. This stuff here and the machine gunners in Season 28. Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. I think we have to go out Dalmatia. Honestly, I think we have to go out Dalmatia. So let's go out Dalmatia. We just have to. Realistically, they're more likely to contest Dalmatia, even though there's trench works there. Bulgaria has more units. Dalmatia has 3 infantry, 3 artillery, 3 machine gunners. Bulgaria has 8 artillery with preemptive strikes. So there's 3 preemptive strikes over here in Dalmatia, because there's only 3 artillery there. Whereas Bulgaria, not gonna. If I take Bulgaria over, I could get the Sofia point as well, but I just don't have enough units to even control it. It's just a matter of what can I contest at this point. So from 29 coming up here to Dalmatia is a dreadnought. 1 artillery, 1 transport carrying a fighter. It's coming up there. Another 2 transports coming up with 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and let's say that's 1 and 1 per transport, and then another transport coming up there with another 2 artillery, and then the last transport from Season 28 coming in there with 2 machine gunners and attacking Dalmatia. And then other non-combats. Transfer from 14, picks up the 2 infantry from French West Africa, goes 1, 2 to 27, offloads in province. From 8, 3 infantry from Brazil, do the same thing to Season 27. From Season 4, 1, 2 to, actually I'm going to go out to Season 16 with 2 infantry, artillery, tank from mainland. And then from 6 to 8 with infantry, artillery, and then from 71 pick up that last artillery, go 1, 2 to Season 8. Actually, you know what? Put 2 artillery. No, let's keep it that way. Doesn't make any sense, but let's keep it that way. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it. So I gotta still get the dice out for here and see what happens there, but we'll go ahead and do this battle. The last transport in 29 that was unused, we'll just go back to 27 because why not? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's do Libya real quick. I got 6 at 3. You've got to be kidding me. Not a single hit. Wow. All right. Some Madman luck right there. Oop, let me roll that again. Okay, he doesn't get anything against me in return. Jeez. Wow. That stinks. So even if there was a falling around, these guys still would be stuck here. Dang. Okay, well that's the precursor for the rest of the game. Let's do Palestine. I got 3 offloading infantry. He has 3 infantry defending, and he has a minefield, so he gets to roll 3 1s at me. They all miss. Okay. All right. Here's my 3 2s. They all miss. Here's his defense. Okay, he gets 1 hit against me. So at the very least, take 1 infantry. At the very least, I'll just use an Italian round upside down for the time being. for the very least, the Ottomans go down to, I think, 24, and they lose the Suez Point. Okay. Up here in Dalmatia, let's see. Okay, so mine-wise, I'm gonna roll a mine for a dreadnought and however many transports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 transports, right? 1 second. Okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here's for the dreadnought. Miss. Roll the 5. Here's for the transport with a machine gunner. With 2 machine gunners. Miss. Here's the transport for the fighter. Ooh. Fighter's gone. Okay, so that fighter transport struck a mine. Here is 2 transports, each carrying 2 infantry, 2 artillery. Okay, miss and miss. Okay, and then the last transport carrying 2 artillery. Oh, oof, oof. Okay, so they're gone. They gone. Okay. So offload until Dalmatia. 2 infantry with a machine gunner. 2 artillery. 2 regular infantry, which will pair with the artillery. Doesn't matter. And then also a bombardment. So I will have here. Let's see, bombardment. 2 artillery. 2 artillery. 2 machine gunners. 2 paired infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he has 3 preemptive strikes. 1 hit. Okay, so I will lose a infantry. Jeez. Alright, okay, so I got 6 dice. He's got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here we go. Ooh, really good. Holy dang. Okay, wow. 6 hits. 6 hits. He's got trench work, so it's all good. But yeah, 6 hits. So he only loses 3 infantry. That's what he'll take, is just 3 infantry. Still a really good roll, though. So he's got 3 machine gunners, 3 infantry, 3 artillery, defending at 3, and 3 machine gunners at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, oof, he repelled me. Repelled me. So unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 6th die was a dreadnought, and that is that. The Austro-Hungarians fend off the American amphibious assault in Sea Zone 30. So that's that. That is the game. Man, big doozy of a game. Anything else? This was the planned dice for Bulgaria. This is what we have. The final score of the game. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Final score of the game. Let's see. That also did not happen. They still have the Balkans point. Right. Okay. Final score of the game. Allies 4. Central Powers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, he had 3 minor cities, 5 minor cities. He had Belgrade, Russian Revolution, Fate of Russia, Balkans, Middle East oil, and Black Sea. I had, as the Allies, the Africa point, the China point, the Pacific colonies, and the favorable trade. I lost Western Front and just was not able to crack one more point to at least bring it to a tie, in which case it would be the total the total IPC value of certain countries on each side would be the tiebreaker to determine that. But that is what it looks like. So yeah, disposition. Just oh yeah, forgot about this. Again, this is for science. This is probably not going to affect this game, but just for science. In Belgium, I have what is it? Infantry, fighter, and then an artillery with air supremacy and a paired infantry at 3. He has a zeppelin, a tank, and then 5 infantry. Just trying to see if I can whittle him down over here. All right, 1, 2, 2 more hits. Okay. Given the time limit and stuff. Here we go. 2 more hits. Oof. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So he wiped me. I got 2 more hits on him though. I'm gonna assume the tank and the zeppelin. Why not? I don't know. This is the end of the game. Maybe he'll take an infantry, whatever. But anyway, these 4 units are dead. Nothing else there. Okay. All right. So there you go. There you have it. Libya was a total disappointment, so to speak. Total disappointment. At least I was able to contest Palestine, but I'm pretty sure he gave that to me. Central Powers just really quickly in this game got into fortifying in this whole region, knowing that I would come in here because of how many different victory points are susceptible to that. I could have gone north, but there were more points down here they were vulnerable, So it is what it is, but that was the final round of Operation 1.5.2. I'll do a recap video tomorrow, but yeah, good game, Madman. This was very close. Central Powers just barely leading the Allied powers for the duration of the game, pretty much just barely, not obscenely. They were a couple points ahead, but they were always points that could fluctuate. So that was a really cool game. We have a few changes in mind, and I'll get into those more in the recap video. But for now, that is the conclusion of our game. Hats off to the Madman. Congratulations to his victory. It is a well-deserved victory. The way that he played the Central Powers was fantastic. Just overall, a lot of good moves. A lot of good moves and things done by the Central Powers. So stay tuned for the next one and also future updates and our recap. So anyway, take it easy. Stay tuned.